Welcome to the thrilling conclusion of the Russian Boy anime arc saga, whatever you want to call this. Now, this video is pretty much just going to be the epilogue to the series. It's just going to be showing the messages that we had. As you guys can see, I finally got my account back this morning, so now I can finally show you guys the messages, how this all started, how exactly I got banned, what did I say to him that got me suspended. But for those who are not caught up with the lore here, basically, I was just chilling in the multi-lobby until this fried toad turd started messaging me. He says he likes my videos and my combos, yada yada yada. He then asked if we could actually fight. I said, sure, why not? Only a few fights because at this point in time, I worked the night shift, so I was getting ready for work soon. So I wasn't going to fight him for very, very long. At least I thought I wasn't. You know, I told him I'm going to host a lobby. And it took him a minute to join because Xenoverse was acting up at the time. We were getting communication errors and the game was freezing and all that bullshit. Now, this may seem like a weird jump here. We go from, I cannot open the lobby every time communication error and I get a game freeze, to me saying, you're desperate using unvanishables. And that's because the time between this message and this message, we already began fighting. And if you haven't seen part 1, you should go check that out and see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically, in our very first fucking match, he hits you with time control and the time skip. And like I said in part 1, it didn't really bother me all too much. Yes, it was annoying, it was gay as fuck, but I wasn't pressed about it. It wasn't until he did it to me again when I picked Rose. That's when I was like, okay, bet, you're desperate using unvanishables. I told him to keep picking that female Earthling because I was going to punish the shit out of that. I tell him, I see we're showing our true colors now. I thought you said you don't attack with super armor because, again, if you haven't seen part 1, this motherfucker eventually began fighting me with super armor, and it's the fact that if you go back to what he said earlier, before we started fighting, he said this: can I have some nice fights with you? Endless or something? No expose thing. I'm no cheap player. I also don't attack with super armor. I respect you guys. But again, go back to part 1, and what did he do? He used an unvanishable me in our first fight. He grabbed somebody with Broly to win. He used another unvanishable me to win his fight. He begins fighting me with super armor. He says he's not a cheap player, but what does he do? He starts playing like a fucking faggot. And you guys will see why I get frustrated later on and why I said the things I said, because this guy is a complete fucking hypocrite. Like I said in my last video, everything he complained about me doing, he did the exact same. I thought you don't play cheap. I was mad at this spam. I play normal. You cheap, but GG. Again, you are not a normal player. You are a straight cheeser. Again, our first fight, him with an unvanishable, you don't call that cheap? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking stupid bitch. I say I don't play cheap, but if a nigga is gonna do nothing but unvanishables, I'm going to punish that shit. You literally unvanished me in the first fight. How am I cheap? You started this, bro. Then he talks about how I played Broly. Again, if you go back to part 1, I grab spammed his ass because of how he grab spammed me to beat my Turles. It was payback. You got desperate and started grab spamming me with Broly. Look at you still grab spamming. This is when he fought my cooler. He began grab spamming the fuck out of me because he was about to fucking get his ass whooped. And he still got his ass whooped in the end. Bro, how often I grab? Basically trying to justify himself. Basically saying, because I did it more often, that it makes it fair for him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Just because I do it more often because I was doing it to punish your ass as to retaliate. It's called out cheesing cheese, my friend. I was to show you not to do it again. It was payback. And again, you're doing unvanishables. Time control and the time skip is gay as fuck. Don't complain to me about being cheap when the unvanishable is the first thing you rely on. And that's no cheap. Time control and time skip. Try to say that time control and the time skip isn't cheap. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid motherfucker. That's like saying Petrifying Spit and the Soul Punisher isn't cheap. And this right here, this is the message that PlayStation deleted. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember exactly what I said here that got the message deleted by PlayStation, but I can guarantee you it was nothing that was homophobic, sexist, racist, or anything that I noticed described. It was nothing like that at all. Right here I say inescapable because at this point in time, I was hitting him with his own medicine, the time control, time skip cheese. I tell him last one, I got to work, and that was the fight when I picked Goku, and then after that, I got off the game. But then I went to my PlayStation app, and I saw this man was still messaging me. But then this little shitbird, this little dried cum stain had the audacity to tell me not to spam supers. You're super spam, obvious, but GG. I thought you'd do this after staring at break, but it's okay. I'm like, what are you talking about super spam? Super spam means every super you did every time when you came as super. Doesn't matter what super, that's why I say supers. And I say, what are you talking about? What do you mean it doesn't matter what super I spam? How can you make the assertion without giving a specific example? I thought you're English, but you don't know the difference between a super and supers. Like, this man is such a fucking idiot. Trying to throw shots at me like I don't know the difference between singular and plural nouns. How often I had to explain it to you? I said supers spam, not a super. And I say, nigga, you're telling me that I spam supers. I'm asking you, what super or supers did I spam? As in, what super attacks did I spam? Give me a specific super that I supposedly spam. If you can't tell me, then you're just spewing bullshit nonsense. And what she was, because he would not tell me the specific attack I was spamming him with. Yes, you spam, and I don't say which super. That's why I say supers. Include all supers you did. So basically saying I just spam every super. Every character that I pick, no matter who it is, I just spam every super they have. Makes perfect sense. You make no sense. OMG, I talked to a child. Now this little fucker had the audacity to call me a child, but if you saw part 2, you would know that this idiot thought that your online gamer tag was private information. This guy is literally mentally retarded, but he's gonna call me a child. Get the hell out of here, man. You're saying I just spam all supers. That's literally the most broad shit I've ever heard. You can't even give me a specific super. That's like saying you spam combos, you spam female Saiyans. That's the type of logic you're using. It doesn't matter which super. That's why I say supers. And I say, yes, it does matter, because saying I spam supers doesn't mean anything. It's like me saying you spam female Saiyan combos. What the hell does that mean? It's a broad ass statement. And again, this is why I got so frustrated, because this guy just kept regurgitating the same bullshit, trying to call me out on something that he can't even elaborate on. He's trying to call me out on spamming a super attack, but he can't even give me the exact super attack I was spamming. And again, it goes back to him being a big ass hypocrite, because he was doing the exact same thing to me. Spamming grabs, spamming time control, doing the same bullshit, but he wants to complain when I do it. Then you spam supers, not one super, 10 supers. It's with the S, makes his 2 words different. 1 super, 2 supers. Trying to give me like some kind of damn vocabulary English class or some shit. Again, look at this loser. He just keeps saying the same bullshit. Supers, not super. And I can say, yeah, you spam supers too. I can say the exact same shit. Again, using time control, using time skip that one time. Grab spam. He did the exact same shit. But again, he's going to complain when I do it. But it's not an issue when he does it. Again, hypocrisy. I thought you're playing normal, but you already only use super spam. But I can say the exact same thing. You limit burst spam, you ultimate spam, you spam CACs, you spam cast. I can use the same stupid, retarded, dumbass, hypocritical logic that he's using. I guess we're going to ignore the fact that in our first fight you hit me with an unvanishable. That was a normal super, but okay. Yeah, it's a normal super, but using it in that manner is cheap. Hitting somebody with an unvanishable to get a free health bar of damage is gay as fuck. It takes literally 0 skill to do. That's why literally when I did the same thing to you, it was basically just free dubs for me. Also the fact you had to pick Broly and grab 4 times because you got desperate. Or even with 2 unvanishables when I picked Rose. But do you not understand what an unvanishable is? He says he knows what it is, like time control. If you know what it is, then you should know it's cheese. It's a cheap way to get damage, free damage on an opponent. Like Petrifying Spit into Soul Punisher. Literally, Petrifying Spit into Soul Punisher will literally end a fight in 2 seconds. It's literally a one-shot. How often you grab a Broly? How often you block spam and time control with your female CAC? You don't count that. Yeah, I did the same shit to you as payback. I was block spamming to get my key up so I could hit you with the same shit that you were trying to hit me with. And I grab spammed you with Broly and did it worse to show how easy it is to abuse and how cheesy it is. But this spit attack freeze longer than time control. Basically saying that Petrifying Spit is longer than time control, so it's less cheesy. No, it is not. Time control has a much faster startup. You can literally link it with any combo. That's what he was literally doing to me. Just linking it with every single combo he did and hitting me with a quick time skip. That's literally unavoidable and inescapable. The fact that time control is quicker makes it even more cheesy than Petrifying Spit. But of course, someone like him could have figured that out. I played that way in response to how you played. Doesn't matter if I did it more often. I did it more often to show how easy and cheap it is. I got bored and went back to playing legit, and you were still trying to hit me with it. I swear, people like you are the reason I don't play against randoms. Y'all play cheap, then want to complain when I do the exact same thing. Basically exactly what I said in the last video. Again, hypocrisy. He complains about me hitting him with unvanishables, hitting him with spam, when he did the exact same shit. Where? You play legit, you say? I didn't use this so often like you, but GFG. Again, hypocrisy. If you guys don't know what GFG means, it means get fucking good. So he reports my account, he reports my messages for me cussing at him, but he tells me to get fucking good. What an absolute piece of shit. You can hit me with unvanishables when I do it, I'm a cheap player. I'm not playing cheap, you play cheap. I did it more often as payback. Fake as fuck, acting like you actually had respect for me in the beginning. Doing it more often doesn't mean shit. It literally only takes 1 Petrifying Spit into Soul Punisher to end a fight. It's still cheesy as fuck. I respect you, but how you played against me? OMG, you showed your true colors, not me. Again, you literally hit me with an unvanishable in our first fight. There's no respect in that. There's no respect in that in any way or shape or form. You don't respect me. If you did, you wouldn't have hit me with an unvanishable in the first match. You knew what you was doing. Okay, OMG, I know what I did, and it was a normal combo. You start with thank you, Dragon Ball. It's nice beginning. I did that after you hit me with an unvanishable, you stupid fuck. And again, I say right here, you're just another hypocrite. It's only a perfect way to time control and time skip with somebody had a spam block button, but okay, that's better than spit on somebody. I was not spam blocking at all. I literally was just blocking regularly, and he hits me with a time control as I was trying to step out the way, and I still get caught because, again, it's unvanishables, inescapable, and plus with his regen lag and hit detection, false hit confirms, and all that, makes it even harder to get away from that shit. What you're complaining about me doing is exactly what you did, that you grasped me with Broly, so I did the same. You gave me time control and Invincible, so I did the same. I did all this as a response to your playstyle. I threw everything you did back you 1,000-fold. If you're going to play cheese, I'll do it too. That was no cheese, mate. Again, I can end it here. Honestly, I could just end the video here because I've already proved my point. He is a dumb ass hypocrite. Another hypocritical loser, just like so many other players I've met before. The community is filled with so many of these players. They'll hit you with cheese first, but then when you do that same cheese back hard, but when you throw that same cheese back at them or throw worse cheese at them, they will complain, call you a cheap player, call you a spammer, chastise you for the very same thing that they are doing. So then I asked him what time he's going to be on tomorrow because I was going to run it back with him, which I did, just not on this account for obvious reasons. I normally play with Don't Attack with super armor, but when the opponent spams supers at me, I get mad. Again, he doesn't specify the specific super attacks I spam, so it's invalid. So then he finally tells me what skills that I spammed. Floating Fist, he meant to say Soaring Fist. The Superman attack with key explosions from your eyes, he means Eye Beam. Vegeta's fist hit like God Fist. You want more of your supers? So he says I spam Eye Beam, Soaring Fist, and Savage Strike. And I'm not going to deny it. Yes, I did spam those attacks, but only because he, again, was hitting me with cheese. And I didn't even spam Savage Strike. Savage Strike is literally a combo extender. But yeah, Soaring Fist and Eye Beam, yeah, I did spam, but it was to counter his cheese. I spammed you with Eye Beam and Soaring Fist, but that was the point. That's my cheese preset I use when I'm fighting other cheese. Notice how you couldn't hit me with that time control on that preset, because again, if you go back to part 1, he was trying to hit me with time control, not realizing that would not work against that Super Soul, that Supreme Kai Super Soul, because he's just a fucking idiot. Trying to say he wasn't spamming me. No, it was to punish you for your cheap playstyle. It's called out cheesing cheese. My cheap playstyle, that's not cheap or the cheese. My cheap playstyle, that's not cheap or the cheese. I could have done worse. Like, I really could have done worse to him. It's when they love the spam block best way, but how you answer was not okay. But are you proud on this? Again, you did not use it to counter my spam blocks. You were literally using time control mid-combo. You used time control mid-combo during our fights to set up an unvanishable Molotov. You weren't using it to counter my block. I did it one time in a match with time control and time skip. And you? Again, he didn't do it once. He did it multiple times. Every fight we had, I had done this once. But that's the thing. Again, it only takes one to win a fight, really. You did it multiple times and kept trying to do it even when it literally wouldn't work. Exactly. You did it every fight. All it takes is one to win a fight, because literally him doing it against Mount Rose is the reason why he won. Because it takes away a whole health bar. And it would have been even worse if he was using a female module with max strikes. I mean, that would have been like a whole health bar and a half. That's my normal preset, bro. That's not cheap or the cheese. Your normal playstyle is cheap. By default, unvanishables are cheese, because they are. And then you have the nerve to call me as, tryhard. Like, literally, again, this is coming from a guy who supposedly sees my combo videos, he watches my vids, but if you actually watch me, you would know that I barely even play PvP anymore. I do not fuck with the online in this game because it's, again, filled with hypocritical losers like you. I do not even play ranked hardly. Like, in my entire Xenoverse 2 career, I only have like maybe like 2,000 ranked matches at most. Like, a Xeno tryhard. Like, really, you're gonna call me a tryhard? Where I was literally chilling in the multi-lobby. You were the one that challenged me. Like, the gall of this man. I literally was just chilling in multi-lobby, not doing anything, just minding my own business. He's the one that approached me. He's the one that wanted to fight me. He's the one hitting me on Vanishables to get a free dub. But I'm the tryhard? Yeah, get the hell out of here, man. I'm literally retiring from PvP because of these dumbass kids like you who complain about what others do but literally do the same thing. Yes, because I respect you, but how you then played against me, OMG. You don't respect me. If you did, you would not have hit me with Invanishables. You would not have grasped me with Broly. You do not respect me in the slightest. It's obvious what your goal was. You were trying to get a clip of me for your little ass YouTube channel. I know how to play cheap because it's easy. I prefer not to, though. Again, because it's super easy to cheese somebody in this game. It's super easy to play cheap and win fights, but I prefer not to because that's boring. Going back to part 2, I made the choice to fight him with straight hands. No supers. Not using a single super attack, which, again, he claims that I spam supers, but I beat him easily without using a single super attack. Why did you call me this? Had I used vulgar language? This guy is just so bitch made. Again, he already told me to get fucking good. So in a way, yes, he has used vulgar language. But again, like, this guy is so bitch made. He's really freaking out because I called him a dumbass kid. Like, really? Are you really that thin-skinned? Are you really that much of a pussy? I don't sugarcoat. I call it when I see it. Know how many players I've run into like you? Bro, I have run into so many players like this guy. It's absolutely insane. Like, you're going to come at me, call me a cheeser. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit. Again, I call him a hypocrite here. You guys will do anything to justify your cheap tactics, but the minute I retaliate, y'all want to complain. Again, so many people I run into like that, where they've cheesed me first. I do the exact same thing to retaliate, and they start complaining. And again, saying the same shit over and over. That's not cheap, but okay. Like, he's like a fucking broken record. It's like, and nothing I say is getting through to him. Yeah, to steal stamina with the graph from Android 18. Oh my god, so cheap. I don't need a super to steal stamina. Like you. Like, I really didn't even have to steal your stamina. I did not have to do that. I was going to beat you even if I didn't use Super Drain. But even so, I used the skill as intended. The move is supposed to steal your stamina. I didn't have to do that, but I chose to. And it's not like I spammed it. I only hit you with that shit once. OMG, you did. Well, you don't need. Why would you do that? OMG, you're a funny guy. Just because. I literally beat your hit with regular 18, who doesn't have Super Drain, which I did. And actually, if you go back and look at that fight, when I beat his garbage ass hit with 18, I didn't use a single fucking skill that fight. The only skill I did hit was Deadly Dance, and I used it at the very end of the fight. The whole fight was just basically straight hands. So again, he's saying I need to spam super attacks, but when most of the fights I beat him, I didn't even use any super attacks. Tell us about it, you don't needed that, but you even used it. OMG, wow, I didn't. Again, I didn't. I was going to beat his ass anyway. But you need to unvanish me to win. You need to grab spam me to win. But you with the hit grab spam. Again, like I said before in part 1, I was only doing that to try to do that stupid hit tech, that stamina break after a grab tech, because honestly, I haven't mastered that yet. That's really what I was trying to do. But again, this guy has no right to complain about me grab spamming when he did the exact same shit with Broly. And your 10 million supers to beat me. I could have easily beaten you with hit without grabbing you once, which I could have. And actually, I didn't use a single fucking skill when I used my hit. The only super skill I used was super after image. I think I only used like maybe once, maybe twice. So yeah, I tell him I beat your hit with 18 and I hardly use any supers. In fact, I only hit you with one Deadly Dance at the end of the fight. That completely debunks his entire argument that I need to spam supers to beat him, because clearly I don't. Go back to part 2. Straight hands, no supers. He couldn't get me on my green bar. I was literally using nothing but straight basic attacks. He still couldn't do shit to me. But of course, what does he do? What does he resort to? Oh yeah, grab spam. I've run into so many people like him, but he has to be easily one of the worst. I played normal at the beginning. Then you start with cheese. I only grab 4 times at Broly. You enter with 10 million back. Exactly. You reap what you fucking sow. It's called payback. It's called revenge. What you do to me, I'm gonna do to you, but worse. I played even normal with Broly. No, you fucking didn't. You were playing normal until you got your stamina broken. You played normal until you realized you weren't going to win. It happened both times you picked Broly. You were losing to my Broly when I picked Cooler, so you resorted to grass spamming. You were losing to my Broly when I picked Turles, you resorted to grass spam. I know how to play him. No, you fucking don't. We clearly know that you do not know how to use Broly at all after seeing what you did in part 2. Only beating me via grabs and then GG no reading me afterwards. Absolute fucking pathetic clown. You even try to grasp me with him when I pick Cooler. You do not know how to play him. Stop the cap. He asked me, he gonna have the audacity to ask me if I'm mad. Only so you're soaring fist spam in a row. And I already told him again why I was spamming Soaring Fist. I never said that I being with Soaring Fist spam was a spam or that I wasn't cheap. I literally said I played cheap in response to you playing cheap. The difference between you and me is that you're trying to justify your cheese. You're trying to tell me that you didn't do anything wrong when clearly I wouldn't have resorted to such tactics if I had not been provoked. If you really watch my vids like you said you do, then you would know this. And y'all should know this, right? Like my viewers, my subscribers, my watchers, y'all would know. If y'all see my past videos and streams, if someone tries to hit me with some bullshit, I'm going to just throw it right back at you. I'm not going to cut down and let them walk all over me. Hell no. I'm going to out-cheese the cheese. Are you falling on your head or something? It was not for cheese, only for block spammers. It was no cheese, mate. Again, just saying he's like a fucking broken record, just saying the same shit. The fights do not support your argument here. You're saying it's not cheese, but what did the fights say? Oh yeah, you hit him with a time skip unvanishables mid-combo to get free damage. Not once did you use it to try to counter my block mashing, which I wasn't even doing. Then I tell him here that I have the clips because at this point I'd already clipped all our fights. And he says, why? He asks again, why? Why did you clip me? Why? I tell him just in case. How often I had to say it? It was not for cheese. Again, the fights say it all. He doesn't even try to dismiss it at this point. He's again calling me a cheese, and I say he's a liar that he doesn't actually watch my videos. Because honestly, I don't know. He may not actually watch my vids. He may have just heard of me and thought, oh, this is a popular YouTuber. I should try to cheese him so I can get a free dub and then post it on my channel. Because he does in fact have a YouTube channel. He says he's watched a few combo compilations. I can't confirm that. But then I say tomorrow I'll show you cheese. And honestly, I was honestly gonna hit him with some hardcore cheese, but then as the night went by, I was slowly losing interest, and this wasn't phasing me anymore. He asked me again, why you clip me? I just said, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Just join when I invite you. And then he says, I know what you want to do. GFG, I can only say when you try to do this. I don't have to clip somebody like you. When I say no expose or something, I hold my word. But you can't. OMG, you're so hardcore. No eggs in your pants to hold a man's word. Poor world. So here he is, chastising me for saving clip. But go back to part 2. What the fuck did he do? He sent me a screenshot of his video clip of him beating my rosé. So he's chastising me for clipping our fights when he did the exact same thing prior to me telling him that I had the clips. Because again, all these messages that you see here, all these messages were way after our session was over. So again, the hypocrisy doesn't stop with these fuckers. Reports me for using vulgar language, tells me to GFG, tells me to get fucking good. It's absolutely pathetic, man. But okay, do your best. I'll join. And I tell him here, I never said I wasn't going to clip you, which, you know, I didn't. Like, he says I can't hold my word, but I never said I wasn't going to clip him because I never know how the fights are going to go down. I never know how people are going to play me. I'll never say I won't clip you. I didn't even say I was going to make a vid on you. I just said I have clips. I have plenty of clips on people who I've never uploaded, which is true. I have plenty of clips, cheesers, spammers, etc. And I don't expose them because, like I said before, making exposed videos on people are not fun for me. Those videos are boring as shit to make, and I just never have the energy to ever like make them. So that's why I have plenty of clips on people, but I never actually upload them. And that was the last message he sent me. And at this point, I wasn't messaging because I was busy at work. But it was sometime shortly after this that I had got the email saying that my account was suspended. But yeah, this absolute bitch loser decided to report my account simply because I said that I had clipped him. Absolutely fucking pathetic, man. Oh, and look at this right here. Nice video. I enjoyed it. No, let's go for my video. So I guess that means he's going to be making his own video from his point of view. I guess he's going to be making his own video on me on his channel. And honestly, I'm not even going to say anything to this asshole. I don't want to risk getting my account suspended again. And I already got what I needed from him. So honestly, I might as well just block this asshole right now. I'm just going to block him because there's literally already proved that everything I said about him was absolutely true. He's another scumbag hypocrite about you doing the very same shit that he's doing. He will chastise you for doing the very same shit that he does. Just like so many other players in this community. It's absolutely just sad, disgusting behavior. It really is just disappointing to see just how far this community has fallen to the ground, bro. It's just not fun having to deal with these types of people. I just get in the game, trying to chill, just trying to do my own thing, and then people are going out of their way to get my account suspended simply because they don't like how I play. The PvP experience is just completely ruined for me at this point, man. But anyway, that's about it.